Hey guys, welcome back. We're into game 2 and I'm up against Nick with his Trollbloods. Last time I played against Nick was at Equinox, which was a 35-point tournament, and absolutely crushed him with my Cassius list, which was an awesome game. So if you're a fan of Cassius, definitely go and check that one out. It was Cassius versus Grim. This time he's playing Borka, and it's 33 points, and he's got the War Wagon there with the Max Fen Blades, and he's got Mulg. Really sadly, in his first game, he was packing up his models and turned his arm around and accidentally knocked his Mulg, the ancient models, clean off the table, smashing it on the floor. So, sadly, he's got a proxy in the middle of his army there. If you see a large base with a little sign on it saying Mulg, that's meant to be Mulg. And Mulg looks to be his only war beast in this list, which is quite interesting. My army for this one is P. Irusk, and I've done that because I know that I can actually get rid of his Iron Flesh with my Epic Iris, and he'll have no way of dealing with my Defense 19 Chiesi. They'll screen everything, and then the Colossal will come in and smash Mulg, hopefully. Irusk can also put Battle Lust on the Chiesi Assassins, and they will have no trouble shredding the Trollbloods, so really feeling confident about this one. The scenario is close quarters, so just got to bear in mind that there's a kill box in effect for this one, so I don't want to lose by keeping Iris too far back. Next image, there's his army. As you can see, there's the little front marker on the large base representing Mulg, and he's got the Creelstone Bearers, he's got the Fell Caller, and that's pretty much it. It's a very simple sort of list. Love his colour scheme though, it's very, very nice looking, especially when you get up close there and look at them from a very close range. Next image, I've moved up here in this situation and put down the Covering Fire templates, well, the Creeping Blast templates. And this is really just in the hopes that he hasn't faced the Conquest before, and maybe he's just a little bit scared of taking a risk with his Fen Blades. So what will happen here is that if he charges through them, their armor's going to be quite high, and it'll actually take me a roll of, I think, at least an 8 or a 9 to actually kill them, if not like a 9 or a 10. Can't remember how it works or how close you need the Creelstones to be, but if he wanted to charge the Assassins, he could. The other thing is here, I actually made a mistake. I totally derped it up, and halfway through my Irusk activation, I started moving something else, and then I realised that I'd left 3 focus on Irusk, and I hadn't even cast Iron Flesh on the Assassins. So that was stupid. I mean, I wasn't planning on feeding this turn, but I did plan to have Iron Flesh there, so at the moment they are sitting at Defense 16, which is, tolerable. I think they'd still survive the charge from the Fen Blades, but Iron Flesh is a lot safer. He's also moved Mulg around there to the left, and he made a mistake this turn by actually riling Mulg up too much, and the transfers that Borka had on him meant that he would actually take a frenzy check the following turn, which not ideal. But yeah, he does, because I actually shot some of the Fen Blades with my super cannon from the Conquest. He got his Vengeance moves to move around a little bit, and then charged a few of the Chiesi past the clouds, and just decided not to move through the templates at all. So that was quite interesting. So next photo, here's the situation. He's got a couple of Fen Blades in front there attacking at the Chiesi. They didn't hit even with the +2 mat buff, and everybody's just in position here, so it'll give me a great opportunity to charge him and feat and really cause some trouble. Just keeping Irusk at a healthy, safe, respectful distance back and far away from the War Wagon to avoid the blast, and just picking off one Fen Blade at a time, and obviously able to get rid of Iron Flesh on them as well. So next image, that indeed is what happens. Irusk is camping behind this big rocky outcrop and pops his feet. He's got Battle Lust on the Chiesi as well, so no need for Iron Flesh. And they just move in and they rip up most of the Fen Blades, which is sort of what you expect in these situations. Iris has shot one of them as well. The Conquest moves up and blows a big hole in his army, and it's it's looking pretty good for Khador at this point. Mulg indeed frenzied and killed one of his own Fen Blades, so just disappointing for him to make a mistake like that, although there's a lot of nerves in tournaments like this, and especially when you're facing somebody that smashed you the last tournament, you're really sort of wanting to get your revenge, and sometimes it messes with your head a little bit, I guess. Next photo, we've got some vengeance moves, but you know, at defense 16 with the 4+ tough, no knockdown. The Chiesi in a really good spot. He's even moved some of his Creel Stones in to do no damage. Mulg having a crack at them, but with the 4+ tough there as well, it's just very hard to get anything done. Next image, his war wagon has actually come into play over here, landing a pie plate on my Chiesi, although I think one of them died, the other one passed as tough. So quite cool to see the big gun in play, but sadly he's moved in range of the Conquest, so I'm going to have a bit of fun next turn, really taking out the trash. So next photo, this is actually a really good photo, I love this one. Conquest charges over with superiority. What's really funny is that, you know, you load him up with 2 or 3 focus and he kills it in like a few hits, so doesn't even need the excess focus, but you want to make sure, and you don't really want to let it get out of your grasp. The good thing about the Conquest is his base is so wide that you can still actually keep him in your own zone just in case they try and go in and score a sneaky point. But yeah, really happy with the Colossal getting to combat. It feels really good to swing those fists, and the War Wagon just didn't stand a chance at all. So next image, Gorman moving in, getting ready to cause mischief. Iris still, you know, cracking away and popping off the Fenblades once a turn, and plenty of assassins left, so he's down to the last Fenblade at the stage. He's got the Felcaller back there, and Borka putting Iron Flesh on himself, hoping not to get shot by Iris, and you know, the Colossal with his back turned to the rest of the army because he's killing the War Wagon, but he'll be back for some more killing very shortly. Next image, so the big front base you see there is Mulg. He has riled up and started attacking the assassins, and Borka's getting in on it as well, so finally starting to get a few kills here. I've put Iron Flesh back up in the assassins at the stage though, so it's going to be quite hard for him to get all 5 of them. And good thing about Irusk is you can put Battle Lust on them if they start fleeing too, to make them fearless. So next image, what's happened here is that the Colossal's moved back around to get in range of his army. Mulg has committed himself to the fight, so Gorman has now come in from reserve and thrown a black oil to blind 2 of my assassins and Mulg. That will prevent Mulg from charging and killing the Conquest, allowing me hopefully to get the Alpha Strike and smash him up. So that's the plan there. Iris still picking people off, and Borka is surrounded by Chiesi, so he's got no way to get over to Irusk. In the next photo, what happens here is that Borka is moved around. He's got plenty of transfers. He's got Iron Flesh, and he's picking away at the assassins, especially the ones with blinds. So very much committed here. And you sort of don't want to attack Borka, because if he's got 3 transfers and he's got Iron Flesh and he's got Stumbling Drunk and he's got Tough at the end of the day, you kind of want to deal with Mulg first before you deal with Borka, because if you fail the assassination run, Mulg can easily bring him back in the game. Next image, the keg bearer over here attacking the assassins. I want to be careful about attacking him though, because if I do, obviously there's that vengeance move triggered for the whole army, so I think I'll save him for later. The next image, what happens here is the Conquest charges in at Mulg, and that was the plan all along. Obviously I could have attacked Borka, but I really didn't feel it was appropriate given that I wasn't able to remove Iron Flesh in this situation. I think Iris didn't get the shot off or whatever, and yeah, I think he'd actually managed to kill Gorman somehow as well. Can't quite remember the circumstances, but what I do remember is that the Conquest ran in there and actually missed one of his attacks, needing like a 3 or a 4 to hit on 2 dice. And that made it very hard for me to kill Mulg, but luckily I managed to roll some decently average dice and, you know, box him with maybe 1 or 2 boxes to spare at the end. So really happy I took him out, because if I'd failed to kill Mulg, what could have potentially happened is that Mulg could have just turned around, got healed up, and just done a full round of Fury attacking the Conquest, and completely demolished him. And if that had happened, I would have really only had a couple of solos left in Irusk, which would have made it very hard for me to win, because I'd had no control points at that stage. So I'm just very relieved that I didn't fail any more of those really easy dice rolls just charging it, but it certainly could have happened, so you can't really rest easy in these situations. And next photo, basically Irusk is moving away from Borka and camping all focus, plenty of mechanics in the way so he can't charge me, and Colossal moving on to, he's so big he can actually fit in both zones if he wants to, but the Assassin's just mopping up the last of the guys in his zone, and that's pretty much the end of it. So hope you guys enjoyed that battle report. A pretty easy one for Irusk at the end of the day, but it did come very close to a loss there with the Colossal missing, I think, with a double one to hit against Molg. And you really got to plan for that. Sometimes it's just better to sort of keep blackwelling them or shooting them, because if you've played the perfect game and then you let dice sort of take away what you've earned yourself, then it's not a good look. So if there is a way to make your attacks surer, or to soften them up first before you go in, you should probably always take that. Anyway, see you guys in game 3.